The U.S. Supreme Court met with the ACLU and Trump administration lawyers to discuss birthright citizenship and the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution on April Fool's Day. And a lot of it was discussed in the news and social media since yesterday. And as a journalist, and as someone who has a mother who was a lawyer and a judge who has some influence and knowledge from her, I wanted to point out a couple of things that were not really discussed or brought up. One thing is how Solicitor General John Sauer, who represented Trump, was talking about how the 14th Amendment and the birthright citizenship needs to be changed, I guess, because the times have changed, because there are more immigrants, because of technological advances, because several of the reasons he gave. And Justice Roberts told him, times have changed, but the Constitution hasn't. And that was a nail in the coffin right there. I'm one of many that are coming. And the other thing was how a conservative judge, Clarence Thomas, who's a MAGA, and I would say the hardest MAGA in the Supreme Court, he was even doubting the case. He even asked questions that seemed sort of like not really with this argument from Trump, because it's in the U.S. Constitution. And that's the other point I wanted to address. If people want to make that change, the only way is to make another amendment in the Constitution. If they want to make it to the point where they can say, okay, let's change the 14th Amendment, but make another amendment saying, except people who come here to the USA illegally, then their children, it would have to be put in the Constitution. And I give you an example right now with the Second Amendment. So many conservatives are against any changes on the Second Amendment. But people in general are arguing, hey, but times have changed. Today is not 250 years. Today we have mass shootings, we have machine guns, not muskets anymore. We have mentally ill people shooting people in malls, in schools, public places, concerts, and it's something that is a very valid reason to make an amendment in the Second Amendment. But they say no, they don't want to. But the only way to change that, it would be to amend the Second Amendment, amend the 14th Amendment. And something else that we notice is how Trump was the first sitting president to attend a hearing of the Supreme Court. And some people say he was there to intimidate the judges. And he's been insulting them on social media already. He insulted them over the tariffs, and he's trying to intimidate them and pressure them by being there.